Hey guys, we've been answering some of your most asked questions.
Yeah, and in this one, we're going to talk a little bit about how we met each other, which is kind of crazy because I got to really think about that for a second.
Oh my goodness.
No, but really cool little backstory. I grew up in Alaska, okay? And my best friend, when we graduated high school, he decided, hey, I'm going to go to college in Tucson, Arizona. Now, the reason why it was Tucson, Arizona is because his grandpa had a little property or something on one of the golf courses there. So I was like, well, I'll go with you, but I've never been there, so, you know.
You were looking to thaw out.
Yeah, I was definitely, and I did too. I remember getting off the airplane going, oh my goodness.
Yeah, but he came in the middle of July in Arizona, so he was like, what did I do?
Yeah. So long story short, I went to college at the U of A there for a little while. I got really bad grades. I think I was in business school, and they had a GPA you had to get and keep up. So I kind of, did a little bit of, not schoolwork, if that's a nice way of putting it. And I was asked to go take some classes over at the community college. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do. I'm going to take some theater arts classes.
Sounds easy, right?
That sounds really easy. But I really liked it. I started to really like it. And so I become friends with some of the teachers, became an aide. I worked at the stagecraft department and got to meet some of the acting teachers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then along comes this person. And she comes in and I met her and she was interesting. And she forced me to go out on a date. And, all of it.
Sure. Are you guys ready for my side? So yes, graduated high school, wanted to do a theater program. I wanted to go to the U of A, but I think it was a smarter option to go to community college so you don't pay all that money for stuff and stuff like that. So I ended up going to community college, and I did want to do theater. I did want to do acting. And I remember Christopher being in some of my classes half of the
Sometimes.
time. But what did stand out about Chris is that whenever he was there, he always blew my mind with whatever it was the teacher wanted us to do, because he always fully committed to whatever it was that he was doing. So there was one time where we had to do animal representations.
Some kind of skit,
it has a theatrical,
it
makes sense. Actors do weird things, okay? But yes,
weird.
It's very important when you're acting. You have to do some animal work for what is the word I'm thinking of? Just mannerisms and all that kind of stuff.
And help you get out of your bubble.
Yeah, exactly. Joke, so. It definitely has its place in acting. Okay. I will never forget, you had to be a bear. That's the animal that you chose. Yeah. And you did the most amazing imitation of a bear. Can you do it now?
No. I could. Yeah. I might hurt myself.
You might hurt yourself. Anyway, so I just remember that standing out to me. And then there was another time where the teacher asked us to pick a saying or a phrase or something and to make that out. And you had the two birds
with one stone. Yeah.
And I just remember laughing at it because you're just such a ham the way that you did it. And those are two things that stood out to me. But the thing that stood out to me the most is the first day of shop class. So I was a student and he was the aide, like you said. And I'm a daughter of a contractor, so I've been around tools my whole life. Yeah. And he had to show us that we were going from tool to tool, saw to whatever drills and stuff. But we stopped at the drill press. Mm-hmm. And I remember watching this fool try to show us what a drill press was, and I was like, I'm really not gonna do that because you couldn't get it working.
No, nobody used it, and so I think my shop teacher kind of played a joke on us and was like, Chris, you show him how to do that over there. And it was falling apart, and I couldn't figure out how to get the belt on.
Whatever.
It was bad.
You didn't know how to turn the switch and roll it down. It wasn't broken by any means, but it's just funny because
that's not the way I remember it. No.
So this is a long-running joke, and now this joke is over 20 years old because I've known Christopher since 2001.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. I mean, there was something different about Gina. I just loved being around her when she came to class. it turned into a friendship where you just look forward to seeing that person every day.
Yeah. And if you would have asked me back then if Christopher would have been my husband, not in a million years.
No,
we just weren't.
Probably not.
Not that we weren't attracted to each other. It was more of a friendship.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we were genuinely excited to see each other, to talk to each other about like, how's class going? How's work going? What are you doing? And then I think part of it too, I had been dating somebody and then we broke up. So I wasn't interested in someone else. You know?
And I was trying to focus on acting. And, yeah. Well, you know what's funny too, you guys, is the thing about Gina and I is every time we were in a play, we were never like, I always got
on stage together.
Yeah, it was weird. Like she would be the singing main love interest, and I would be like the comedic weirdo dorky guy. And so
our paths never crossed.
Yeah, if she was on stage, she'd go off stage when I come on stage. So we never got to do scenes together. And then if I was building the sets or she was doing like we a lot of our classes were never like together. No. So, but yeah, we were able to really develop a pretty good friendship. And it was funny too, because the first time I asked her out on an official kind of date, some people overheard and the whole gang
everyone wanted to come.
I could never be alone with her.
So finally he cornered me. No, finally we got to go out on our first official date. Do you remember what we did?
I remember
I took you to a steakhouse.
Oh yeah, we went to a steakhouse.
Yeah, we went to a steakhouse that's really popular in Tucson.
Yeah, it's fun.
If some of you have been to it, it's called Pinnacle Peaks.
It's like an old west town.
It's it's good.
They have ties all over the ceiling.
Yeah, they cut your tie off. You can't wear a tie there.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. And then afterwards, we went and had some pie or dessert or something at Marie Callender's. And then did we also go to the movies?
Yeah, we went to the movies and we saw the Santa Claus 2.
When it first came out. Yeah.
We did. And we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I can still remember that night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And
then you left for Oregon for Christmas because your mom lives in Oregon and I stayed in Tucson, and we talked on the phone. We did the thing where you talk on the phone for hours and hours, into the night and stuff like that. And then
got to know each other.
Each other really good, and we started to talk a little bit deeper than just how's your day going, that kind of thing. Yeah. And when he came back, I'll never forget it. You gave me the biggest hug I've ever been given. I don't want to get emotional. He gave me the biggest hug I've ever been given. And there's a saying that says that gosh, I wish I could find it. I'm just losing the words. It's funny when we talk about ourselves.
I'm like,
There's a saying that says somebody's going to hug you so hard one day that it's just going to put all those pieces back together. And you did. When you got back from Oregon and you saw me, you just gave me the biggest hug. And I felt whole and complete in that moment. Yeah. And I didn't want to let you go after that.
Well, I felt the same way. Yeah. I knew, like, I don't want to be away from this person anymore and stuff. So
now we work together, together, cooking together. It's
every
crazy.
Day. We are weird though. Compared, like a lot of our friends and stuff, I work with several people, travel with them, and I'm always talking to them. I go, "Hey, do you guys like being with your spouses?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "Really?" And I mean, they love them, but they're like, "I like being away from them and stuff." So,
I need a break.
And I'm sitting there thinking, "There's just something wrong with me." Like but the thing is even though it's good for everybody to have their own hobbies and they have little moments apart and stuff, it is nice to have a best friend that you can work together and spend time together and raise a kid together and really enjoy time together. But one other thing too that's really cool is we ended up renting the theater that we met at and went to school at, and that's where we got married, and we built a little tree set, and it was really cool and neat to do that. Some of our old teachers and professors helped us get all that set up, and so that was really special.
And you even surprised me because of the 2 tree trunks that we had. You carved like our heart and then initials and stuff in there.
Yeah,
it was really special. We lit candles. It was a lot of fun. We had to get a $1 million insurance policy.
Yeah, which at the time we were like,
we didn't burn the theater down.
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, you guys. So, you've been with us the past 10 years, so you kind of just missed the first 10 years. We have been married 16 years now, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I've known you since 2001.
And it's in October, too.
Yeah.
So that month is
very
the fun
special for
month.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So short answer is I'm lucky that she chose me to spend all this time with because, boy, I don't know what I'd do without her. I love her very much.
I love you too. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We have some more answers to your most asked questions coming up soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and we will see you next time.